ett hus. Vi har köpt det.
Vi har köpt ett hus!
Har du gjort det alltså?
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Hello, my name is Amelia. This is me. I grew up in Sweden but have lived in the States for almost all of my adult life, California specifically. That said, I still travel to Sweden all the time and consider it my second home. This is Michael. Michael is a Michigan boy who's good at everything, and we've been married for just over a year. 10 months ago, we put an offer on what Chip and Joanna would call the worst house in the best neighborhood. It's a detached duplex located in our favorite area of Los Angeles. Despite our shock, the offer was accepted, and after a whirlwind of a summer, we got the keys to our big bundle of potential.
I know. Proud owner of a little dumpy dump. Just like me. This is so cute though.
Today we're removing all of the floors in here. There are 3 layers of flooring, but underneath it we actually have some hardwood floors. So you can see he did the landlord special here. The last layer of vinyl that sits against the hardwood floor is attached with a very thick layer of rubbery glue. So this is going to be a project. Oh, hello, this is Editing Amelia. I realized that I never specified that this is the rental portion of the house, of the duplex. It's a separate house. It's a teeny tiny bungalow. 1 living room, 1 kitchen, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And all of this is going to be about the rental. Me and Michael moved into a separate house, which is part of the duplex, which also needs a lot of work, but we're doing none of that here. This floor is broken. I can't even believe how long this has taken. I think I started around 11, and now it's 3:30. Yeah. Michael is here now.
What's that?
We're gonna tell them our new game plan.
We're gonna use the spider scraper on the top layer, and then Amelia's gonna dig deep and get the bottom white layer off. It's really gonna be an impressive effort from Amelia and maybe a mediocre effort from me.
No.
Many thanks in advance.
This will test you.
I have a serious question for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a hero? You never.
It was the last bit that got me. The little ones that just break away.
Yeah. I hope these floors clean up. That's the big thing.
Yeah, we'll test it tomorrow.
No, I mean in the end, like after they get sanded, because there's a bunch of stuff. There are a bunch of pits and stuff, you know.
It will just have to be part of the charm.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious if we have to redo it. Or like later.
If it doesn't pan out, yeah.
Nice.
7 hours, wow.
Today is the moment of truth. It's the day I find out if all of my months of working on the hardwood floors are gonna pay off or if I'm gonna be made a fool. We are sanding specifically the kitchen floors. It has all of that weird coating. It's a mix of like old paper and vinyl, mastic, I think. And I just want to see if we're able to sand it down because it's so dry, instead of using a floor polisher, which I can't find for rent anywhere. So if this doesn't work, I think we have 2 options. 1, get a quote to get it professionally refinished, or just lay new flooring.
Oh.
So we'll see how it goes. Right now I've just picked up the sander. It's a drum sander. I'm waiting for Michael. And then we're just testing it today. I rented it for 4 hours, and then if it works, then tomorrow we'll have a full day with it plus an edge sander and like really get these floors going. So fingers crossed.
Why do we keep buying extra large leaves?
Because I'm extra large, right?
Do you think I'm pretty?
Something gorgeous, huh? Alright, and then we want to do it towards along the grain, right? Okay, shall we?
That's pretty effective.
Every time he spends any sort of time on the rental, this is what ends up happening to our main house. The work never stops. Now, I went probably a good 2 months without filming any progress on the house. It was a lot of work on things that you just won't see when the walls are up, such as rewiring the whole house, which Michael did a phenomenal job with, obviously in partnership with our electrician. Plumbing and removing, just 100,000 nails by hand over Christmas. Yeah, we did that. So it turns out the floor in the kitchen is not really going to be salvageable. It needs too much replacing, and it's better to just use the floorboards that are good to repair what's left in the living room. So that means that I have to find a new floor for the kitchen. Since we're keeping the original floors in the living room and the bedroom, I don't want to introduce, and those are already different from each other, I don't want to introduce another wood pattern that's not the same. It's just going to look too weird, I think. So I'm thinking about a tile. I don't want vinyl. And even though linoleum is period appropriate, I just can't get on board. I can't. So I'm thinking of a tile. It needs to be cheap. I do love the look of like a brick floor in the kitchen. And terracotta is really appropriate for California, obviously. And so I'm gonna see if we can get some cheap terracotta tiles for this little rental. She's very high maintenance. Got all of the tile and it looks really good. These two ladies helped us load it into the carts in all these boxes. Funny story, when we were loading it in, one of them just leans over to me and be like, "Girl, your pants ripped." And sure enough, I just have a big hole in the middle of my crotch. Around this time, we got approved to put insulation into the rental, and I didn't get any footage of me doing that. Honestly, we just knocked it out in a day. So just inserting some clips to show you what it looks like.
Yeah, this actually is not that easy, huh?
No, you should just back up.
Okay. Okay, getting my bearings, but
No. Where did you get this plastic from?
that's from around here. Alright, smoke break.
Today's a really exciting day because we get to finally put walls up. And it's gonna start feeling like a room again. I'm so excited. Me and Michael carried all of this in yesterday, and that was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. It took forever. I will say I'm excited about the stage we're in. Like setting up drywall and all that stuff. Like, it's closer than ever, right? To actually do something that I enjoy. So it's fun because I'm hopeful, but I can't describe how tired I am. And Michael is the same. It's just like fatigue. So that's a little challenging because we keep setting very tight time schedules, which we need to do because we need to get this up. But I'm just a little worried that once it comes down to decorating and thinking about what the space is going to look like, that maybe maybe I'll be too tired or over it.
How would you rate drywall?
No, I can give you a RPG version. I don't like it. Yeah. I think it would be a lot easier in a newer house when you're not having to fight with the ceiling being crooked and the studs not being regularly framed. And they're just not being studs where they're supposed to be studs to make it regular. I think that would be a lot easier, you know? It's like, it's not that easy when you're like, every piece is not straight. Because then also compounds, it's like if you go off the, it's like, if you're working from the ceiling and you go down, it's not straight on the ceiling and it's not straight when you go down. And the person measuring has to know very carefully where the reference point is. You can't just reference any point. So then it makes it even harder, you know?
Who's the person measuring?
You. It makes
How
it
would
just,
you rate my measuring skills?
I would say B+ needs improvement.
How would I rate Michael's mood throughout this whole process?
Yeah, I'm reading my mood.
A plus.
A+. Yeah, right.
So, taking a break from mudding, we're mudding the drywall right now. We're on the final layer, which is really exciting. And Michael gave me a fun homework assignment this time. Usually they're really boring. He needs me to pick out paint colors because our electrician is going to come soon. And before he comes and installs all the lights, I need to be able to have a painted ceiling. And so it's a little hard because I feel like I usually base paint colors on the furniture that I have and, you know, how I live in the space. I created a Milanote. Let me fill my screen because I know how to do that. Boom. So for the kitchen, we're doing an IKEA kitchen to save money. I'm Swedish. I love IKEA kitchens, so not a big deal for me. The cabinet color is going to be almost like this color, a little lighter, I think. That I hope to be able to do a stainless steel counter. I absolutely love the look of stainless steel counters. It's just going to depend on pricing and whether we're able to get it in time. And for the floor, we're doing terracotta. And I may have talked about that already, but I like that we're able to bring a little bit of like a California staple into the kitchen. For the handles, the door pulls, I found these at the Pasadena Architectural Salvage, and I love that store. I found it through a show on Max called Restored, and he goes to that store all the time, and I had to go and see it for myself. Anyways, so this is kind of where we're heading with the kitchen. So in terms of color, I think that on the walls, I just want to stay neutral and just have a very nice white color, basically. Okay, so let's move on to the bathroom. So I'm really excited about this bathroom, and if it turns out bad, then I am going to be really sad. First of all, with this whole process, I feel like it's been really hard to like put together a design because this is the first time I'm doing any of this, like designing something from scratch. So I can't do the whole trial and error. Like once we're ready for color and furniture, it's going to go quick. So everything needs to be thought out before. So with that, let's go with the design style that like makes sense for the house, which is 1920s. So that's where I started, and then that's how we got into all of it. I saw this pattern on a Swedish website. It's a really great website. It's everything that's that was popular at the turn of the century. They have articles written about like why certain things were popular, what colors were popular, and patterns. And they also sell reproductions of all of it. So they do sell this pattern. I actually inquired about buying this exact pattern, but the shipping costs were insane. So unfortunately I couldn't. And then by the time the shipping costs reduced, they had sold out. So I went to the Mission Tiles West in Pasadena instead and showed them this picture. And they were able to find another European-based company that has a sort of rust red porcelain tile and then the black diamonds. So I'm really excited. It's on its way here. Should come in like a week or two. So with that, we're doing like a stark white shower, and then the red and black floor. I was thinking of a blue ceiling, just like that contrast. I inserted my own living room, no, dining room in here just for reference because I do love this color. And so that's what we're doing in the bathroom. So that's easy. So this is where I'm at. It's a lot of green for someone who doesn't like green. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. I feel like I can bring this to the paint store and then I feel good.
You're out of control. I see you, Kendra.
We have self-leveling already laid out, and then now we're gonna put a membrane that's gonna go underneath the tile. Right, we got the membrane down to yesterday. And then today we're gonna lay our tile. Explain what we're doing today.
Well, we're going to grout the tile. This tile is a beautiful terracotta tile that my loving wife Amelia chose. It's a really nice tile.
You found it.
Now, yeah, but you chose it. I found it, but you chose it. You get all credit and all the blame every time. Now, this grout also Amelia chose. The very hard choice last night. We laid 4 identical grout bags on the floor in the store. And she chose one of the 4 after a lot of deliberation. So today we're using the FA Ultracolor Plus with FA grout. It's a fast setting grout, and we're gonna do it for the first time.
I looked up what is usually used on terracotta tile, which is white or a tan color. So I've opted for this tan that has like a little bit of a pink undertone. Ideally, it would have been the same color as the tile, would have been cool, but couldn't find that anywhere. You could also mix it slowly, they said on the bag. You just don't want to mix it fast, because then you get too much air in there and then it sets even quicker.
Okay.
I'm not completely sold on this grout color yet, but hopefully it will still brighten up a bit. Okay, I'm about to walk in and see the tile with the grout for the first time. It looks so good. Okay, so what I didn't get any footage of is the fact that Michael's dad was staying with us and helping us for the whole month of March, and he graciously offered to paint for us, and because I was stressing out too much, I didn't get any footage of it, so this will have to do. For the kitchen, we went with Neutral Ground by Sherwin-Williams, and for the living room, we went with Patience by Sherwin-Williams, and for the bedroom, I went with Dusted Olive.
done, right?
Yeah. We'll just have to glue it tomorrow. Okay, how would you rate this project?
The deliverable was delivered. A 10 out of 10. But the time was brutal. If we were a business, we would have lost money on this job.
It's so nice out today. It's finally like spring. The birds are chirping. It's sunny and warm, and all I want to do is hit up Jay and Kat, find a patio somewhere and just sit in the sun, eat some lovely dinner, and enjoy the night. But instead, we're gonna prep the wood floors because tomorrow we're sanding. I don't think that there are that many nails in here, but if there are, I'm just gonna go over them and hammer them in using these guys. And then I'm also marking all of the floorboards that we need to replace, which we're doing tonight. So it's probably gonna be a long night.
Okay, so today we're going to try to refinish these Douglas fir floors. So we're going to start with a drum sander and then move to an edge sander. The thing we don't know is how exactly it's going to go. So we're going to start with a 60 grit, which is, we think, maybe on the finer side of what it needs. It might need something coarser. But we're going to start with the 60 and then see how it goes. And then we know there are some boards that are high, so we don't know how that's going to go either. So we're just going to try it out and see, and then make an adjustment. How confident are you?
I'm a medium confident.
Medium?
Yeah, because we've been here before.
Yeah, but it went great.
I don't know. We ended up ripping out the floor.
Yeah, last time we ended up ripping out the floor, so
Yeah.
it was a failure. But
Okay.
what could go wrong?
Yeah. Let's get started. This is after the first round. I'm actually so surprised how well it went. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video off here, otherwise it's gonna be way too long, but I do have another video ready, so don't you worry. It's so crazy that just demoing it and getting it to this point where it's essentially just empty took so long. Now is when the fun starts. We're gonna be installing the kitchen and the bathroom tile, and it's gonna finally start to feel like an actual home for someone. So I'll see you on the next one.